This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and this is the last video I'll be releasing from the Early Access Adventures in the Forgotten Realms account, hashtag sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. You know, that account with a billion-ish gems, so playing late into the night, making footage, and coming up against other content creators using anonymous names and recording it so I can release it in the future. All that stuff that just makes Magic content amazing. And here we go. We played green-white Lifegain, and this deck might be nuts. It is absolutely wild how incredibly large and how much life you can gain from the triggers in this deck. So let's go over the new cards really quickly. So first up is an uncommon class, Cleric Class, which says for 1 white, if you gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. We haven't talked about the classes much. They're enchantments that come in and they have the first ability. At sorcery speed, you can pay for the level 2 and level 3 abilities. If you do, you keep the abilities from levels 1 and 2 as you go up. So it's an enchantment that starts out with a certain effect, and then it gets better. You pile more onto it. You don't only get the effect one time unless it says so. So like level 3 of this one, for example, we'll get to it. Level 1 here is you gain life. Whenever you gain life, you gain that much plus 1 instead. So a little extra life with your life, usually not the kind of effect I'm in for, but then at 3 and a white, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So when you happen to have 4 mana available for your turn, you basically get another Heliod type effect, and you get to put it on any creatures. Yeah, it is like the bonus of Heliod whenever you gain life, and you're still gaining life plus 1 every time. At level 3, 4 and a white, when this class becomes level 3, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, gain life equal to its toughness. So a life gain trigger on top of a way to get a threat out of the battlefield. Sign me up. Pretty sweet card, Cleric Class, for accelerating the deck for just 1 white for starters. And then we get into the other new cards. Prosperous Innkeeper is a huge one. 1 and a green for a 1/1. When the Innkeeper enters the battlefield, create a treasure. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Similar to Daxos, but easier to play with the colors, and it ramps you, which also fixes the colors because it's treasure. We don't have like a ton of uses for treasure other than casting stuff early, but in an aggressive deck, that's really all you need. And then we get to play this new legendary uncommon. All these are uncommons, by the way, which is a big reason that this deck is probably closer to budget for most people than most. If they already own some of the life gain cards like Speaker of the Heavens and Heliod, then they're not going to have a hard time getting into these cards. For a green and a white, this is an uncommon 2/2. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on I'm just not going to pronounce things anymore. I'm done. This is Trey. You put a +1/+1 counter on Trey, and you scry 1. So Trey here, Trelasarra. I want to say Scara, but I know it's not. Anyway, Trey over here is really the new boss of the deck. It's an Ajani's Pridemate plus, an Ajani's Pridemate with a bonus, the Scry ability. Now, it is legendary. She is a legendary one, so getting multiples out is complicated. You don't really want multiples unless you're playing them to create triggers and get some extra effect. But this card grows out of control, and the Scry ability is usually a scam when it's just like attached to a random card. In this case, where your deck plans to gain life often many times in the same turn, the Scry ability on this card is absolutely awesome as you dig through your deck and you just keep feeding yourself more and more of the more powerful life gain cards in your deck. Because what did this deck need? This life gain needed selection, because the problem with it is if you draw a whole bunch of cards that gain a little life, like Prosperous Innkeeper and Daxos, but you never draw or are able to keep alive your Speaker of the Heavens, or your Heliod Suncrown, or your Righteous Valkyrie, then the deck just kind of fizzles and dies. It's not doing anything impactful or impressive. So the Scry is so good in this deck. And then we have Angel of Vitality for X to really double down on the Cleric Class ability. If we like it once, let's like it twice. We have Righteous Valkyrie. As you scry through your deck and grab multiples of these, they just take over the game. All your creatures become huge. Everybody gets swole. And Heliod Suncrown, of course, it's a life gain deck. This card is going off. 2 copies of Lurrus, and since I already recorded the content, I'll let the cat out of the bag. Now, the thing I would replace the most is the Lurrus. It was a little awkward, but the card does a good job. You know, it comes in, it gains 3 life a turn, it gets cards back from the graveyard. It's a fun card. Why would we hate on Lurrus too much? We've got a few of the creature lands in the sideboard. We have a card in the deck that wasn't there until the last game of the deck, and that is Field of Ruin to take out those Faceless Havens covered in Books of Exalted Platinum Angel Deeds crap. And then we've got the Fabled Passage, because we're still playing Standard at this point, and a Branchloft Pathway. So this was a fun one. If you're still listening to this intro, don't leave. There's a pretty funny game, and I'll talk about it more in the outro. So let's dive in. Let the Lifegain nonsense begin.
Oh yeah, that hand I can get behind. To the Speaker of the Heavens. Actually, let's start with the bounty. I don't have a bunch of ways to put counters on the Speaker yet. All right, Innkeeper down. And let's hold. We'll gain more life if we have 2 of them on the field. Slow start from the opponent. Black mana, red mana. Here comes the Reclusive Painter. So it looks like they're doing the treasure thing. So, what's the pick? And they go with Heliod, which... Heliod's a lot of power. So Devour Intellect off a treasure. Feeling good. What are we gonna do? We now have the mana to protect the Speaker. We can play another Innkeeper first, or we can play the Moon Dancer and start growing it now. Let's go with another Innkeeper. And let's get the Speaker on the field. If we can protect the Speaker for a turn or 2, we'll get enough life very quickly. So yeah, let's hold up the protection at the protective element. We can play this next turn, that gains 2. Then we can attack with the Alseid, that's 1 more. Then the Speaker can activate. If the opponent tries to kill the Speaker... Whoa! Predator. Okay, so Predator can block and avoid the life gain aspect, but we'll have to use protection to get around it. Oh, that gets around it too. Yeah, just drawing a creature there does the job. I was gonna say, we can give protection from black or red and attack, instead of attacking with this and having the painter get sacrificed. But man, this Moon Dancer is absolutely insane. Welcome the 4/4 Angel, and welcome 2 more Innkeeper triggers. Like, this is what the heck is this? This is nonsense. This is like the Historic deck. Just wait till the Historic deck gets a load of this. Now, you have a Predator. Do you have a way to steal this that gets around the bounty? Or possibly 2 ways to steal it? Yeah. That's quite the draw. Alright, on the play. Look at this hand. If it had double white, it would be amazing, but I guess the Innkeeper can do that job. Let's gain some life. Our opponent's been playing the same deck for about half an hour at least. It's blue-red dragons with Magda, blue-red treasure dragons. It runs Lofty Denial, Prismari Command, some things like that. Oh, this is a white source. See, this is what happens when I get too sleepy. If this is a white source, let's just play this now. Put them under as much pressure as possible. If they have a way to kill something, they'll use it. They can't let me untap with the bounty protection. Or else it's very likely the Speaker will work out. Yeah, it took them a while, but they got there. Okay. Heliod off the top is nice. So, where does the counter go? Well, let's put it on the Innkeeper. Here's Magda, and another, and a Scry. Now what? Let's go with the Moon Dancer. Looks fun. I'll give up the bounty if I have to. We have Lurrus to bring it back. I guess we could go very tall, but this creature is going to get tall anyway, so let's keep building up the Innkeeper. Keep the class on top. Play this tapped, say go. Let's see how this deck handles on the pressure being dialed up to 11. Prismari Command, well... a little bit of protection from red there. Makes a treasure. No attack. Right, so Lurrus still can't bring back... we don't have enough white, so... Lurrus facing a few problems in not being a mono white deck. But let's play the class. Get this up to 3. Next turn we can turn it back on. We can also gain lifelink this turn, so let's send these. And you're down to 5. Counter over here. And there's a white source for Lurrus to get back Alseid. Let's see if the opponent can clear things up. They have Zorn, makes double treasures. Magda attacks, makes double treasures. We're down to 28, so you better have a lot to do with these. Second Magda. A little bit too much legend reliance coming up here. Why did it tap that way? Thank you, Auto Tapper. Good job. You did it. It makes me so angry. It's because of this, I know, but it still makes me angry. I guess it's still game. They don't have anything to do with the treasures. But we're gonna have to watch for that. Ooh, on the play. Yeah. Innkeeper, Daxos, Heliod. This could do something. Temple of Malice. To the bottom. Alright. Daxos or the Innkeeper? The Innkeeper or the Daxos? I don't really have a use for the treasure next turn with the hand that I have. Let's get the Daxos down. Although maybe if I was going to get something Bone Crusher Gianted, it should have been the Innkeeper since it makes a treasure on the way in and I get some value from the card. I'm not sure. Go for the combo. Next turn we can go Innkeeper and Angel of Vitality. Heartless Act it is. I has no devotion. There's nothing devoted to me. Whoa, Strider. Are you gonna steal my stuff? That would be very rude. We could get this out first, just in case. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it gets bad really fast if the opponent can kill or steal my Angel of Vitality. But what did we come here to do? It wasn't nothing. They showed us Heartless Act, but I think they want to steal this. so I think I'll put the counter on this. Bastion. Okay, no Steely Saki yet. Nice. Although we are flooding, and it's scary, but could be worse. What do you guys think? Do we want to activate the class so that our future Lifegain gains us life, or do we want to give this thing lifelink and swing over the top? I think we'll swing over the top, make this thing swole. Now that's immune to a Heartless Act as well. Maybe getting to chapter 3 or level 3 would have been the play. Okay, Bastions. This is going to be interesting with Lifegain flying in both directions. Cave of the Frost Dragon. Let's get to level 2. Swing over the top. Lifelink. Opponent's going to try to shrink the angel here, I think. Yeah. It does save a little bit of damage, but then we gain it right back. And we'll get another counter on this angel and another one on this innkeeper. Grim Wanderer, 5-3 for 2. Nice. That is strong. And they have claim. They were waiting the whole time. Alright, no blocks. We're going to take a lot of damage. But that's okay. So do we use this to get back Daxos? Return target creature card from graveyard to the battlefield. You gain life equal to its toughness. Or do we get the angel, which can fly over the top? I don't know. We'll get a lot more Lifegain triggers if we get the Daxos. That's too many lands, though. It really is. Yeah, I'm going for the Daxos. I guess if I can get this to 6, then I don't have to worry about the Wanderer as much. We're also only one little devotion point away from Heliod. Okay. 5-2 flash is here. I guess Rakdos did get some new toys, and not of the treasure variety. Because that's what I was thinking when I saw the deck. I was like, must be treasure. Ooh, I guess that's a loop? Because now you can sacrifice a creature and play this again, and that does a lot of damage. We're going to need to draw a non-land card. We've drawn a lot of them. We can give these things lifelink, but it's not going to matter. Okay, they didn't get the Evon death back yet, but we did draw a creature. Let's make this big enough so the ghast can't kill it. Six and 9. Yeah, boy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, can hold this for a second. We've got to make our way through these creatures. If we don't do it now, eventually they'll get us. So we can pass out the lifelink, but it doesn't matter. So, treasure or counter? Treasure. This Woe Strider's a real pain. It's keeping us from using lifelink to our advantage because the opponent can just keep sacrificing the creatures. Uh-huh. Okay, now let's see what the opponent does. Will they leave any blockers back? We have to power up the Cave of the Frost Dragon and block something. There's only 3 cards in the graveyard, so blocking the Woe Strider could be worth it. Reading the cave, going in anyway. With 2. Okay. Block here. See if the opponent wants to sacrifice and trade. We'll give some lifelink. And then they pull a Heartless Act out of there. Alright, but the Daxos goes off. This is the only thing left. So we need to build up some big life linking power to come back and rebuild our life total. So this is a big one. Big cycle. The opponent can sack the Ebon. Well, could have sacked the Dracolich. I guess maybe if you're planning for something to die anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's see, if you block here, you can just bring this back. And we can't save it. So let's do this. There's going to be a lot of lifelink. A lot of lifelink. Scries to the bottom. Alright. Heliod, come on. Hit the Daxos too. Hit him hard. Too bad Heliod can't give itself lifelink. But we're back up to 25. Let's go ahead and just make this huge, huh? Another land. But we're learning to deal with that. We're just powering through with the combined strength of the Innkeeper, the Daxos, and the Heliod. Helps that Cleric Class is making sure we're gaining 2 life every time we gain 1. But my goodness, look at all the lands we've drawn. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of... It's actually nuts. But look at... We're in this game. They haven't been able to break up the synergy. Even with a Heartless Act and a Claim the Firstborn. 2 Heartless Acts. Deck is showing a bit of resilience. It's having trouble battling through the Bastion. But it's getting there. The Ebon Death Dracolich is particularly, like, giving us a hard time. Alright. All this and it's 21 all. Ooh. That's a card. Let's get a counter on this before they draw the 3rd Heartless Act. We go to 25. So, they can't stop lifelink if all of these have lifelink. It's too much. But I guess we... Yeah, this comes with lifelink. This can't gain it. So yeah, we've got it. And it looks like the opponent's had enough. No blockers. But they might have shenanigans. But nah, they're like, I'm out of here. It's too much. on the play, we have to go fetch white. Ooh, our whole hand is white. This forest is bad, but we'll give it a try. If this were a plains, it's amazing how good the hand might have been. Alright, let's get the bounty on. Drop our forest, say go. Probably gonna need another white and Lurrus to carry this. Drawing another forest there was really bad too. That's why we stack closer to white mana, but alas, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just draw what you draw. Mean. Alright, that's dead. Let's get the Righteous Valkyrie, I suppose. The book. Played this deck before. I knew the book was in this deck. I knew it. Let's play this angel. Get up to 23. Make everything bigger next turn. Maybe. Something has to live. I don't think this deck is interested in letting anything live. Cling, gain 3. Okay, that makes an angel. And a scry. Man, there's a lot of stuff that gains you that sweet, sweet life, but look at that top deck. Gross. Rawr. How you doing? Alright. Keeps the angel because now you can put the counter on it and you can't lose the game. So we have to find a way to kill this specific angel if that's the play. Alright, Kaya's here. Kaya's gonna exile one of them. This is still a potentially lethal attack though. We draw a removal spell or a way to pump them again. No attack. Which makes sense, but gotta say something when you're doing commentary. Alright, I guess we can play the Speaker and the Cleric Class, and that's pretty good. Let's do that before we attack, or I guess we want to attack before we give the opponent the knowledge of what we're gonna do. And we don't need to kill the Kaya. The Kaya is annoying, but I think we'd put their life total under pressure is the play. This is really close, though, to activating the Faceless Haven nonsense. Gosh, should we scoop if the counter ends up on the Haven from the Book of Exalted Deeds? Should we leave if that's the case? Truly? Or should we see how much life we can gain? Because I have a feeling this deck can get ridiculous in that regard. I have a feeling that if our opponent had the combo, we would see it by now. There's a plus from Kaya. Okay, next turn, it's definitely on. And there's a Fate's Fetters on the Speaker up to 8 and make a 3/3. That should be good enough, right? Whenever you gain life, put a counter. Not good enough. Play Lurrus. Not good enough. Play Speaker and Moon Dancer. Not good enough. Yep, next turn, the book is going to do the job, and that's just game over. There's no coming back. So we may as well kill the Kaya. I guess every deck needs Field of Ruin now, guys. It's just kind of over if you don't have it. Yep, activate Haven, put counter on it. Easy. Depending on how popular this is, every single deck might need Field of Ruin, which is kind of absurd. Alright, so the new plan is to see just how much life we can gain and if we can break MTG Arena. I'm not allowed to concede, so it is what it is. We'll also see what we can get our opponent to in terms of lower life total. Let's see if our opponent can beat us. Uh-huh. Life. Just pile them up. Can still play the Lurrus here, but I'd rather wait and get something back later. Another class, why not? Take them to school. Send the 10-10. I guess send this 6-6. What are they going to do, block it? I don't know, guys. Is this content or not? Sure. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on a creature you control. Let's go. Why not? Keep it coming. We'll wear him out. Eventually, he just won't feel like blocking anymore, or like taking the damage anymore. We're just gonna try to set some records for stupid board states. It's a 5/5 right now. Whenever we gain life, add a counter. They don't want, yeah, we don't want it to die. Another Lurrus? I mean, it's better than land. We're just gonna go for absurd numbers. Heliod Sun crowned. Great. Level 2 once again. Scry it up. Yeah, there's just no way around this at all, right? Not that I know of. Alright. How much can you take? How much can we all take? How much can any of us take? Why not? That seems good. I will make you endure triggers. I know, eventually they deck me. Trust me, I'm very aware of how this actually ends. But they signed up for this, and I will have no mercy. Gain that sweet 17. I mean, look, if you're gonna come up against a Lifegain player, this is what they're into. Like, they weren't about killing you that much anyway. They're totally here for this nonsense. I will make you concede. You will concede. Look, I'm not allowed to concede. Wizards has made that very clear. Why not? We're gonna break this game, or you're gonna concede. More. It's not enough. How much how much do you want this content? How much do you want this content? You put me in this position. You did this. 289 life to negative 268. Ooh, 2x speed club. Jump right in. Go, baby, go. Nice. Why not? Go squad. Take it all. Oh my gosh, something is happening here. I hope you guys like the content is all I can really say. What have you done to yourself? Where'd it go? The speaker of the heaven is feeling strong. 62, 62, 65. Okay. Oh my god. Nothing? You got nothing? You're not doing anything? Okay, well, I got this. Alright. 1, 2. There, we got to 69. Now we'll work on the next creature. You gotta know how to make content out of lemonade. Or something. Have you had enough? Have you had enough? No. Okay. It's legendary, so we'll bottom that. Yes. Why not? Surprise! I'm into this stuff. This thing has 18 toughness. I think it can rumble. And you're indestructible. My god. Oh, it's beautiful in its own way, isn't it? Keep going. Come on, we'll get there. Oh my goodness, the triggers. How are there so many triggers? One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, 70. Oh, I guess I was gonna miss it no matter what, huh?
It was never going to stay on 69. Not the way the game works. Just saying go. What? You don't want to play with me? You did this, now I get to have fun. Alright, let's go for the next big speaker over here. Yes. We're gonna just destroy Arena. God bless Lifegain. I'm glad they at least speeded up these triggers so that we can have this level of nonsense. Go. All day, man. I got all day. I got all night for this. I am so here for it. Wouldn't want to miss a trigger. You will concede. Yes, you will. You will never be able to handle all that I am going to do because I'm the only one having fun. You're just chilling. You're going to get a snack or something. I get to have the fun. Oh my gosh, this is every time a creature enters the battlefield, this is what happens? This is insane. How much further will it all go? Didn't actually mean to do that. No! Rip. Targeted the wrong speaker. Ruined the 6969 creature. Alright, we gotta make a new one. It's the only way. Yes! Lifegain prevails. Or, as somebody better than me once said, life finds a way. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up. And that game... that game against Jim Davis, who did the Book of Exalted Deeds nonsense, he sent me messages on Discord being like, why didn't you concede? I retroactively offered the concession. So if you want to see his face as I went through all those triggers in his side, I'm sure it's posted on his YouTube channel. Check out Jim Davis MTG. Really cool guy. And a partner, he's also on the Cool Stuff Inc. team. So we've done some stuff together. We had a showdown in January. If you missed that, you should go watch it. He dared threaten Yorion with goblins. We put him in his place. But yeah, the Lifegain trigger is just grinding out an opponent who does the book thing. I don't recommend that on ladder. I recognize it's a silly thing to do, but in like kind of a game with no stakes, like we were playing in an early access account in the middle of the night, I had a lot of fun with. I had a lot of fun just seeing how many triggers I could stack to get my opponent to concede, even though I couldn't win. Again, not a classy move for ladder tournaments or anything like that, but in my opinion, fair game if you're in the play queue in a stakesless situation. In my opinion, this is just part of life in the arena, okay? You can call me toxic, say what you want. In fact, say your opinion on the matter. What's the right thing according to you? Viewer 1234. What's the right thing according to Star of 69420 out there username? What should you do when you can't win, but you're just here to gain life anyway, and you want to see if you can break the game itself? Anyway, let me know. And this brings us to the end of the early access content that I've recorded. So we'll be back tomorrow with fresh standard 2020 ranked action. Also, if you want an early look at that, my stream last Thursday was really good, and the VOD is on YouTube for YouTube members. So hit the join button below if you want to support and check that out. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.